It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Science. Science. Science.
It is.
Science. My ass, you guys. I don't know what size my ass. You guys from Bristol crazy. And this is my watch I got from my ass. And everyone's like, you're a church. And it's like, you get me. I'll shank you. You know, we say Asdal instead of Asda. You know, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Asdal. And Bristol actually wasn't called Bristol, it was called Bristow. But they said it Bristol, so they just thought, well, fuck it.
I mean, we could change this into a things you didn't know episode.
Things you didn't know.
Wheels emerge from a gutter.
If it burns when you pee, it's not always the sign of a sexually transmitted disease.
But most of the time it is.
But for me, it is.
Right, welcome back to episode 3 of Bro Science.
Science!
Science.
My ass!
This is, oh my god, this is where we debunk the Bro Science theories, but seen as our demographic is...
Science!
So small.
Demographic is no one.
We're gonna just start opening it up to just general Dan ridiculousness.
Science!
So...
My ass!
First
guys.
Steroids are vegan because they're made from yams.
Yeah.
100%.
Mate, it's true. And that's the difference between a yam and a sweet potato.
I mean...
you can't make roids out of a sweet potato. That's why they're in bodybuilder diets, because you make the roids out of the yams and then you can eat the sweet potatoes.
But ironically, a lot of natties eat a lot of potatoes, so does that mean they're not natty?
Yeah, it's true. If you eat too many yams, you fail the drug test.
Yeah. Are they really testing them in shows? Yeah.
They do the they do the Dan test, don't they?
They do the Dan. Look in my eyes.
Okay, number 2, George W. Bush again. Essential amino acids make you lighter because they're made of feathers.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even see where the lining of that came from.
No.
That's like forgetting to double stitch your parachute. I don't know how that's gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know how did that happen?
If you don't train for a week, all your muscles will turn to fat.
Well, that's interesting because I haven't trained for a week, and what I found happen was nothing. Nothing. So I didn't. The other thing as well is that, as I'm sure she knows, and she's asking ironically, that you can't make a fat cell into a muscle cell, and you can't make a muscle cell into a fat cell. There's a whole system of things that happen that means, yeah, you can't just turn one thing into another unless you're Jesus. He did the wine thing, but bar that, it's unlikely Jesus is going to come and make a second coming just to change the second cellular remaking that he's done since the dawn of time to make all your muscles turn into fat. But it's possible.
That was definitely a thing, though. I remember when I first started training, people would be like, oh, how do I turn all this fat into muscle?
Yeah, that was a thing. I'm just going to bulk up and turn into a fucking walking puddle. And then when I finish that, I could turn all the fat to muscle. It was the thing, wasn't it? You can see a 40-stone bus driver. Yeah, I might look like a fucking... I don't look like a fucking elbow now, but you wait until I turn all this fucking fat into muscle. Just forget.
Fasted cardio burns more fat.
No, I mean, it's still kind of calories in, calories out. I like doing fasted cardio because I get up and just fucking do it before I do anything else. And if I don't use that window of opportunity, unlike the anabolic window, then I just won't fucking do it. I mean, there is still some people that says it's more effective, your metabolism's higher, but ultimately when you wake up and you're fasted, your liver releases glucose to bide that time, so you are fueled at that time. One thing that is worth mentioning is that if you take EAA for your fasted cardio, you're not fucking fasted. Science! Just slide that one in there, because that's another common. My fastest cardio drink of EAAs. Okay, cool. That's not how that works. But which is fine. Do it with EAAs. Absolutely fine. Just don't tell people that you're doing it fasted, because that boils my piss. I don't know why.
So the theory back in the day was obviously you wake up in the morning fasted, and that your body would be using fat as energy rather than
being ketosis from being asleep. Yeah, that's the thing.
And that obviously, if you didn't put carbs in as a preferred energy source, it would use fat whilst you're doing the cardio. Which, I mean, I wish it was really that straightforward, because it would be...
Yeah, that's really good. Apart from if anyone takes their fasted blood sugar levels, which they should every now and again, you'll see that that's absolute bollocks.
There's no glucose in there at all.
Yeah. Oh God, look, I'm dead. The only way that if you wake up dead, which is quite hard to do, because the thing about being dead is that generally you don't wake up unless you're Victor Richards.
Unless, yeah.
And then you're dead. But if you were to wake up dead, that might be a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
But then I guess all your internal organs would turn to goo.
If anything, though, I think fasted cardio, I just find it sets me up for the day better.
Yeah, I just prefer doing it.
That's literally all for me, really. Yeah, I have the same.
I mean, I say cardio, I just walk my dogs faster.
Yeah.
I know, like, some people do take pre-workout as well, don't they? Prior to fasted cardio.
What?
Yeah, I read about this thing. It's they take pre-workout prior to fasted cardio, and to be honest,
just take ephedrine, you fucking balance. Take ephedrine like everyone. Don't take ephedrine.
No. Like,
be a man.
What happened to what happened to the advice that we gave the other week? Like, Bash Bros does not condone the use of.
Well, no, I mean that just needs to go at the beginning of everyone, so that I can say whatever I want.
Oh, okay.
It's like when I send out my plans to my clients, I have a little thing that says these plans are for entertainment purposes only. So when I tell them to jump off a bridge, it was just a joke.
Lol.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan Dugmore sent me this one. I put it in here because he sent it as a DM. Hopefully this hasn't been covered, but people say they do 20 to 30 rep sets when they're dieting because it helps when you're cutting.
Oh, fucking hell. Two things about doing high rep. I'm not against high rep sets because you can get strong in different rep ranges. It's good to give your joints a bit of a rest. The only time it becomes a problem is when your fitness or cardio capabilities run out before muscular failure. So cool, high reps, great. But are you telling me that you fanning about with like 30 reps is going to burn more calories than me sticking fucking 5-6 plates aside on a squat and doing 8? It's fucking not. I mean, I know this is old school as well. Like, people are like, yeah, I'm going to do high reppers, to sculpt. I'm going to do some sculpting.
I just want to tone.
Yeah, I'm going to tone. Oh, that fucking conversation. I still have that conversation. Okay, let me explain what toning is. Being less fat and having more muscle. It's two things. You can't... To ask to tone, you're asking for basically a complete, like... body... What do they call it? Fucking... that thing. Where... Oh, I can't think today. Fuck this.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the right thing on your head, so it's okay.
It is loading. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Recomp.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a complete recomp, which actually is kind of possible if you've just started training. You can kind of cut, or you've had some time off, but I think the idea of being able to recomp as an advanced, like, trained person is not going to happen. Pick one goal at a time with a bigger goal in mind, and then steppy stonies all the way to the things. But, like, I do like high reps like a week out, just to pump blood round. But I'm only in the gym like 20 fucking minutes, just doing like kind of circuit training just to move some blood round like a week out. I'm not trying to cause any muscle breakdown, just trying to flush stuff through.
Plus, there's two different purposes for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, before I show you.
I'm not burning. I just bollocks. You're not burning more calories. Like, I mean, I can see up in the rep range later in training. I could see how that would, to avoid injury. I don't do it. I try and hit my weights. Like, usually I get stronger and stronger until about kind of sort of 8 weeks out, and then I try and hold, but inevitably get a little bit weaker.
Yeah, and then depletion like a week out.
Yeah, and then depletion can't actually like lift my own penis out.
And and then when you're carbing up, just try and distribute those like glycogen.
You just pump it back in, man, just to take some cool photos for the gram.
Indeed. Like last part of that question or statement was, if you don't drink your protein shakes immediately post workout, you'll get smaller.
Yeah, I mean there is an anabolic window. Like, there is a place where you are more susceptible to nutrients after training, but it's about 5 hours. It's not 12 minutes. Yeah. And actually, when after you've trained, your body's actually having a stress response and localized kind of inflammation that it has to deal with and loads of other stuff. I'd say that carbs are more important at that point. So if I'm going to drink something directly afterwards or even intra, which I don't sip intra, I down it at a point. So say I'm doing like back and biceps or something, I'll do back, then I'll down my intra, and then I'll carry on to create a spike response, because everything else we eat it's like, remember when everyone was like sipping all day you may?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you may, but like actually having a cyclical meal timing is beneficial for so many reasons. We don't have enough time to discuss them, but yeah, like no, I mean what I do is I have my intra, and then I train, and then I might eat just when I feel hungry. After training legs, I'm probably not hungry for like an hour, and that's cool. I just eat after an hour. Like the window isn't as small, and actually the window isn't as magical as people think it is. But I'd say carbs are probably the first thing your body's trying to do to deal with at that point.
Yeah, it's just to do with the shuttling of the protein anyway. If you don't have a decent amount of carbohydrates, then it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, so I think EAAs and like cyclic dextrin, if you really want to go and stick something in straight after training, pre-digested protein and very, very short chain carbohydrates. High on the glycemic index, guys. Science.